It was as if the Argos played two games at BMO Field Thursday night. The first, a troubled first half riddled with turnovers and ineffectiveness. The Argos swarm wide receiver Armonte Edwards after he caught the game-winning touchdown pass with 1 second left Thursday night. Richard Loudon's Toronto Star, the second quarterback McLeod Bethel-Thompson, making his first start of the season, led an improbable, almost impossible comeback, capping it with his fourth touchdown pass of the second half, a 23-yarder to Armonte Edwards, with 1 second remaining in the game. And the Argos, who trailed 28-7 at the half, came all the way back for a 42-41 win over the Ottawa Redblacks. Talk about a massive swing. Bethel-Thompson couldn't get much going in the first half, completing 7 of 12 passes for 69 yards. Then he went 18 of 25 for 233 yards and the 4 scores. Article continued below. It was a lot of fun, Bethel-Thompson said in a jubilant Argos dressing room. I want to thank my teammates, they carried me along all night. It takes 12 players on offense, and I'm only 1/12 of it. And sometimes, I was doing half of my 1/12. Bethel-Thompson also connected with S.J. Green for touchdown passes of 5 and 11 yards, and with James Wilder Jr. From 20 yards out, he found a way to make plays, Argos head coach Mark Trestman said. We won't anoint ourselves with this win, but we gave ourselves an opportunity to find out more about ourselves. I'm very proud of the players and the coaches. They grounded out and found a way to win. Toronto, now 2-5, erased a first half in which the Argos committed 4 turnovers, a carryover from their last game against Winnipeg, when they coughed up the ball 7 times. The Argos needed this win. They had talked about it as a must-win game, even if it was the first week of August. It was a game in front of a home crowd, 11,857, and a chance to wipe off some of the sludge from what had been a slow start to the season. It doesn't seem so heavy now as the Argos enter a bye week. This was also Toronto's first game against an East opponent this season. When their schedule resumes in 2 weeks, they play British Columbia, then 3 straight games against East opponents. Article continued below. Bethel-Thompson, who turns 30 Friday, took over the quarterbacking duties after James Franklin went 1-3 as a starter. The new one appeared to be just another part of the Argos' hot and cold offense early. They held the ball for just 12 minutes in the first half, and the longest of Bethel-Thompson's completions was for 16 yards. The Toronto offense logged 2 fumbles, 1 interception, a turnover on downs, and 4 punts in the opening 30 minutes. Bethel-Thompson was markedly better in the second half, as was the Argos offense. I stopped shooting myself in the foot. They were self-inflicted wounds, Bethel-Thompson said. I definitely didn't play my best in the first half. But there was no give up in the halftime dressing room. No one even blinked, the players or the coaches. We have a fantastic group here. Martys Jackson had punt returns of 48 and 70 yards for the Argos, but he also fumbled on the Toronto 5-yard line in the first half. The ball bounced into the end zone, where Ottawa's Anthony Chioffi recovered it for a touchdown. It was just one many early errors. A pass interference penalty on Toronto's Adbul Kenna gave Ottawa a first and goal from the 1-yard line. Backup quarterback Demink Davis took a plunge for the touchdown. And a Wilder fumble led to a 17-yard touchdown pass from Redblacks quarterback Trevor Harris to Deontay Spencer. Wilder finished with 59 yards on 14 carries and 42 yards on 4 catches. Harris, a former Argo, had 27 completions on 35 attempts for an impressive 381 yards and a pair of touchdowns. And Spencer had a tremendous game, hauling in 8 passes for 145 yards. He also had what seemed like a dagger for the Argos, an 88-yard punt return for a touchdown with just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter that gave Ottawa a 38-14 lead at the time. Toronto, though, was just getting started. The Redblacks helped them, taking 12 penalties to the Argos 5 and backing off defensively with such a large lead. And the crowd played a role too. The fans helped us out, Argos linebacker Marcus Ball said. The guys on the other team weren't getting their plays called, and we could see that. The fans really helped us out a lot. Mark Zwilinski is a sports reporter based in Toronto. Follow him on Twitter, @MarksWool.